Hello everyone, my name is ShimonShozen. Welcome to my channel, back to my channel, and we're back here playing some Minecraft. I gotta stay with the superlatives of the uhs. So, as you kind of notice here, I took down the height of these farm walls, retaining walls. I just didn't like how high they were, and they kind of looked a little bit ugly once I kept looking at it, and I was like, I just didn't like it. So yeah, took down the height. I still like the pathings of these, just to be a little bit of different pathing from my like hey Ethereal, good to see ya. The pathing, I enjoy it a lot more than the giant walls kind of blocking things, and how things are laid out here. I saw you beat Radiance. This isn't modded. This is, oh, actually it's lightly modded. I have a few Minecraft mods that are quality of life. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it live, but I did see that you beat Radiance. Yeah, I have a few quality of life mods. Like, I have the map here on the top right corner. I have a mod where shulker boxes, I could see what's in them, and obviously it's so much easier than having a shulker box where it's like, it just lays out what's in them item wise rather than do this normally. I have a few vanilla tweaks things where it's like whatchamacallit, I have the timber vanilla tweak where if I were to chop the trees here, they all fall down. I've been playing Minecraft way too long, and I'm as lazy as I could get with chopping trees down, because ever since I had made a automatic tree farm once in my worlds, I was like, oh no, I'm spoiled. I'll make one of those in this world one day, but because this is my personal hardcore world that I had started a little bit and then just done a little bit of progress, I've just been adding things here and there. On the mountain is my base. I'm unsurprisingly, I'm a bit of a builder here, and this is one of those vanilla tweak mods mods I have. This is called Free Cam, and this is my starter base. This is my little home, and this is my mage tower, and a little bit of custom trees to go. Sure, I could give you a house tour. Unfortunately, I am bad at interiors. I need to work on the interior of this off camera, because it'll be a bit of a thing I need to work on. I do have this chimney here. I don't love how my chimney looks here, because I was like, I wanted a furnace chimney. This doesn't look too bad. It's a little clunky, but I just don't like how it looks in the corner here. Little closet here. I intend to make more or less a kitchen here. Little sitting room here. Let's see, over here is, I'm probably gonna put my enchanting room here. This is just my balcony here that outsees the rest of the world, or rest of the area over here. Then I've got, I believe, a ladder up here. I'll probably do like a small like study or something like that over here. This is my bedroom, and I'm gonna like put some chest over here and just like some faux like things here and there. It's my bed, obviously. Yeah, that's what I got over here. As you saw, I kind of have like a dome observation tower dealio here that outlooks over the sea here, and then outlooks over to the mountain over there, which is not a bad view. And let's see, over here, which I kind of like, I liked how I designed this little bridge to my little mage tower here. Underneath is my nether portal, which I've been a little bit lazy about linking, and because I have elytra, there's nothing in the mage tower, unfortunately. I do need to actually design some stuff over here. It's probably gonna be like books and shelves over in this room. Over here, I'm not quite sure yet. And then on top here, I need to grab some carpets, carpet this a little bit better, and I want to put like a kind of like a power source in the middle here, so it's not like completely bare and boring. But I do love the mage tower because I could see everything from up here. It's a nice place also to just like fly off of. But yeah, this is my base and whatnot. Of course, my storage isn't like over here. My storage is down over here where like I need to actually expand this downwards. I can't expand it upwards because of where I am located. If I expand it outwards, I'd be like going into the wall and everything. And then over here, I have a silverfish alley farm, which took me so long to find the alleys, and then it's actually like mostly time wise, it took me too long to spawn those guys. And obviously simple enchanting farm, a little bit of a nether wart farm. And then this is like my storage where I like keep my like the simple stuff that you could get really, really quickly. One thing I hate about the alley farm is I could hear it over here. At some point, I did have my nether portal over here, but later on, I am going to, again, dig this out, and then it's going to be expanded into what is like small automation farms, like tall flower farms, probably my concrete wood stripper farm that I've used in the past that hopefully still works. It's been a while since I made that, and I don't know how much Minecraft redstone works have changed. I'm fingers crossed still works. And then a bunch of like other micro farms that you can make, like a lichen farm, because lichens are good for cheap lighting and whatnot. But yeah, I am hopefully have some enough supplies here to kind of like freeball this build. I'm just gonna like kind of like, as things to go, I like to build wise, just kind of wing it. I'm not too strict on how things are. I'm not too strict, he says. But it's kind of how I do things. I've been playing Minecraft for so long. Like, I've been playing since beta 1.8? Oh god. Just turns to dust saying that. I just turned to dust. Oh no. Yeah, I've been playing Minecraft very long time, and I've always been had a penchant for building for whatever reason. Something about it, man. Something about it. I love it. I love it. I adore building. Oh yeah, Ethereal. I saw you were gonna schedule Hades. I gotta catch you playing that whenever you play that as well. I think you'll definitely enjoy it. I mean, I think personally, I think with your skills with I haven't even done the Radiance fight in Hollow Knight on my when I had played it for myself, and I know at some point I want to do Hollow Knight for my channel and Twitch. I don't know when, but I will. And I'm actually it's one of those things where what I think I'm going to do is after I beat Death's Door, which I'm very close to, is I thought I was going to go into another game, which I'm gonna hold back naming that game because it will take me like potentially like 10 streams because I stream like 2 hours a day ish, and it's like a childhood favorite game. And like I'll hold that off, and I'm gonna go back to Cave Story and do true ending of Cave Story. And I don't know if you know what true ending of Cave Story is, but I already hate myself for going to attempt that. So Cave Story is, in the grand scheme of things, this is going to be me on a little bit of a rant tangent, thing, is a very, very important game to, indie game history in a sense that in the early 2000s, 2005 era, like 2014 era, there's like a bunch of indie games that kind of came out and helped kind of like popularize and give the idea of and inspire a lot of people to make games for themselves. Cave Story being one of them. Cave Story being so prolific, I've read and heard that it's one of the games that had inspired Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale and Deltarune, to make Undertale and Deltarune. That's like how important Cave Story could be considered. It's pretty wild. It's very wild to think about. I I hope you don't mind me doing what some people would say, a mansplaining, or just in general, just like talking about video game history in that sense. I do enjoy a bit of video game history, and that's it's a very it's a short game, but it's a very fun game. It's not very complicated. Oh yeah, that's cool. I wanted to get in game design, but I'm like, uh, I don't have that talent. I could only probably do, if like anything, in game design, it would just be like, I'd have to be a character artist or something like that. Because I'm just like, software coding, not my thing. Software coding is not my thing. Gosh, I do not want to be placing too much dirt here. I'm trying to like kind of guesstimate on things here and there. But yeah, that's a little short riff on Cave Story and its importance to indie games. Yeah, coding is, I can't even imagine, like, this goes to show how much I'm probably bad at coding. After all these years of playing Minecraft, and I know it's not exactly coding, but there is logic behind it, I understand base logic of Redstone, but like the complexities that get deeper and deeper to Redstone, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna copy a popular design that's existed in the in the world of Redstone rather than, you know. That's fair. Redstone's like weird and it has its own rules and logic to it that's like, it's not like coding, but I know it's like, it has its own kind of coding to it. But yeah, Hollow Knight, I don't know when I'll bring it to my channel. I kind of want to wait for, I don't know, at some point I will. I kind of feel like I should at least a little bit like, played it again just a little bit just to remember some of the stuff that I don't remember, but at the same time I'm kind of like, I might just go into it a little bit blind again to re-experience some of the things that I didn't remember from Hollow Knight. But yeah, I definitely do want to play it at some point. Probably not for like a bit. There's going to be a couple of games I want to do first. Definitely like the game that I have in mind after I do Cave Story's true ending. If you never are interested in playing Cave Story, just look up Cave Story true ending and you'll understand why I'm questioning my own sanity on that one. Essentially, it goes from fun platforming action shooter game to, oh god, this is bullet hell. Quite literally, this is bullet hell. So I'm like, oh no. And what's actually pretty great about Cave Story 2 is, there is the versions that you can buy, but there's also still the free shareware version that, is, translated that you could pretty easily still download nowadays, too. Which is really, really neat when you think about that. Get my stone blocks there. Okay, let's see. Because I kind of want to match my tone palette over there. I do. Let's see. I'm gonna sneak up over here. I might not keep it like stone on the bottom, but well, they're a bunch of barnyard animals, so I do kind of actually want it to be stone. I'm gonna actually go a little bit off tone here. I'll kind of like try to keep some of it tone-wise similar. I want to use some tough, or not tough, deep slate. Deep slate's a nice colored block. It's not new, but it's relatively new-ish. I'm just kind of like, it's so weirdly interesting to me as an old school Minecraft player after like all these years, like seeing all these I didn't actually need to destroy that. I could have just kept that up. All these like blocks that are like now existent. I'm very much sometimes I get real reminiscent on the back in my day with Minecraft. Which I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. But damn, does it make me sound like an old man. Uh... Yeah, damn, does it make me sound like an old man when I ever go on to reminiscent chat about that. So I guess to say, for the reason why I'm kind of actually trying to build a little bit off kilter here is I do want to try to make my builds a little bit more natural and not super flat, not flat, but like square, or seem like it's built on flat surfaces, but you know, that'll come with time, really. One of those things that I want to get better at is like building more unique shaped builds. How did I find this? Actually, I kind of just like randomly looked at seeds through Chunkbase, which Chunkbase is a site where you could essentially find seeds in Minecraft. Because I was considering it, but then I essentially backed off of the idea because I don't want to do it build a server again, like a literal Minecraft server, but I just do not want to do it. I just don't have the time to be an owner for a Minecraft server at this point in my life. And it's just like, because I've been not necessarily burned, but I've had experiences with Minecraft servers, and I have this philosophy about Minecraft servers being that if your owner / admins or mods aren't active, I kind of more or less say your server's going to die at some point. How soon, I don't know, but it's pretty much a good sign that your server's not in a healthy thing, a healthy shape. And that's kind of like, I was gonna use this seed as a server seed at one point, then I was like, oh, I'm saying, like, if a owner for a server isn't active, as in doesn't play on the server and it's like, you know, not part of the server, I find that that's not a good sign of health for a server. Yeah, for sure. It's like, that's why, like, I have a Discord server, but I haven't, like, really, plus I actually need to do a bunch of stuff to it. Like, I haven't made it public because, like, I'm pretty bad with social media in itself. So it's just like, don't really need to, have a freaking Discord server when I'm not really at the moment. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be for like when, like, basically releasing when I post my content, and basically just have notifications for when I'm live and that sort of thing. But at the moment, you know, Twitter, I mean, Blue Sky exists for that. So and just like basically build a community. Is why I had a Discord server. I do have it there. I just still need to actually not be a little bit lazy on her and set up the correct permissions and whatnot, because I've been busy with that. uh, you had a Minecraft server, Ethereal, or you had a or you ran a Discord? Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, for sure. It's one of those things where it's like, um, oh yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, it's like, it's a lot of effort. It's like, when, part of like the reason why I used to be like a Minecraft server owner is like, when I had that Minecraft server is essentially what happened, more or less, is I was building it, and me and my friends were building it, and at the time I had opened it, I was pretty much burnt out. Yeah, I could totally understand that. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you have to have the time, and it's like that effort to put into doing it is pretty important. Like, it's just kind of like, you have a when you have so much on your plate, it becomes difficult. Like, originally I like was even had that was like, basically, yeah, to have that community more or less aspect, but it's like, at the moment, to put it bluntly, as I tend to do, I'm just like your average streamer, and admittedly, I don't have too many chatters at the moment, aside from yourself at the moment, and one of my friends. And it's just one of those things where it's like, at the moment, having a Discord server isn't really necessary, and I'm doing this for the fun of it, so why stress myself out, right? Yeah, for sure. Like, I had this one kind of like weird interaction where it's like, I had someone that's like got really kind of weird. It's like, once I said I had a Discord server, it's like they were like trying to like all of a sudden be like, "Hey, how are you?" And then it's like, it was such a weird interaction. It's like they were like trying to get to like know me when they don't know me at all. And I'm like, what? This is weird, man. Well, like they were acting like they personally knew me. It was like weird. And it's like, I get that some people need people to talk to, but it's like you just found me on Twitch, and it's like, you know, I think that was one of my early mistakes. Is like, being like, sure, I'll add you to Discord. I don't really use Discord as well as I should. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, I mean, nor am I. I mean, like, I just got back into the game of streaming. I had a little bit of a burnout on it earlier in the year for whatever reason. I just had like completely I had to just like stop for a little bit cuz I was trying to do like 7 days a week or 7, yeah, just like once every day in the week, and then balancing art and all that sort of stuff, and it's just like hard to do that bit of balance. Yeah. he even like even like I'm doing 6 days a week, and I'm like, well, that's probably still a bit too much, but I'm fine at the moment. I'm kind of actually starting to find the balance again. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I question my own self on that one, Ethereal, for sure. I may tone it down at some point to be like actually 5 days a week, where it's like, okay, that's more manageable. But actually, at the moment, I'm kind of fine with the 6 days a week sort of thing. I'm still able to like kind of find that bit of balance, and it's not like I'm a total shut in necessarily on things where it's like I go to the gym and make sure to get my gains, bruh. Get my gains. No, I genuinely, yes, I do have make sure I have like things like that where I'm like touching grass. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I don't mind that. I'm going to kind of curve this. But yeah, when I had done 7 days a week, I was just like, I was basically kind of like finding excuses to not stream, and it was like, at the end of it, I was like, oh no, I just have to find some sort of, hit the ground there, balance at the end of the day. And now I'm kind of like, now I'm back streaming, and I'm enjoying myself and doing my thing. And one of the things I actually was a little bit scared on, and now I don't have it on, was I used to have follower mode only on for streaming, but now with like I learned about the bot Siri bot that helps with a lot of those bot spammers, and like things that basically are like, oh, click this, or not click this, but use this to get cheap views and all that sort of thing. Like spam bot advertising bots to help with that. And obviously I had Nightbot and everything already, but learning about that Siri bot thing is actually really, really good. Yeah, for sure. Let me actually type that for you real quick. That is what it's called. You could just basically, obviously, Google it and figure it out on. It's pretty easily, has your, to have it join your chat and everything. I am taking this a little bit down just because I don't love the height of it. Do want it to be a little bit shorter. Because I don't necessarily need a... Well, that's a bit of the issue, huh? I'm a finicky builder sometimes. Or I'm very, like... Not finicky, but just, like, sometimes I'll just, like, be very picky on what I want to do. And how things look, more or less. That's definitely not directly in the middle. And 1, 2. How is that off? Let me see. Oh, that's how it's off. Whoops. But yeah, like, I assume you use Nightbot at least, Ethereal. Oh, really? I don't know what's... I've not used StreamerBot. Yeah, okay, that makes sense at least. Yeah, I also use Twitch administration. I mainly use Nightbot for, notifications being like, oh, hey, you can follow me at, oh yeah, stream elements. Yeah, I use stream elements as well. I use, Nightbot for, like, the notifications and everything, and, like, most of my commands are in Nightbot. Oh yeah, like, okay, interesting. Yeah, I was like, what, I was watching, when I was watching your channel, not yesterday, but, while I was making my, lunch for, like, the week, I had noticed, like, that gotcha thing you had going on, and was like, wow, that is really kind of cool and very clever, the gotcha redeeming thing. I was like, wow, that's cool. I had never seen that, but I was like, oh man, that's a very clever, unique idea. Okay, I need to actually, like, make this even, or else I'm going to drive myself up the frickin' wall. Yeah, it seems like a very good idea. Like, I don't think I'm at the point of where I can do streamer, What are those called? Not streamer points. What the hell are they called? Why is my mind escaping my brain right now? You know what I'm talking about. Channel points, yeah. I don't think I can do channel points at this point. Because too small? I think you have to have like you have to be at least like affiliated for channel points, or am I mistaken? You don't have to answer that. I mean, I could literally look that up at some point myself. But I'm... I gotcha, yeah. I mean, the only thing I do actually also use outside of, my, other things is, like... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I even, can get affiliated because, like, the whole follower thing and then, viewers, thing. That's not really, too important to me at the moment. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, so I don't really think about it too much. I think that's kind of important to, like, what I'm doing is, like, not to think about it. See, but that's what a better TTV is for at the moment, which is why I kind of have, well, let's see, does it work still? Nope. I can't even remember the command for that, actually, anymore. Yeah, look it up. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't like a bunch of weird random ones. Like the normal ones, and then it's like mostly referring to a lot of like the One Piece stuff that I'm a fan of. Oh crap, it is nighttime. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I only had it for if I had ever wanted to just like do emotes as for like because like on channel where you don't have affiliate you can just use that for emotes and whatnot. Oh goodness. Let's see. Bump, 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 bump. It's a little big, but it's fine. I almost might wanna make it a little bit lower, but I think this is fine as is. It's as much as I'm gonna get away with how high it is. I think. But yeah. This whole seed, like, yeah, I found it via, chunk base, which, like, I don't mind using stuff like that, just to explore seeds and whatnot. It's like I said, it was intended for Minecraft server. Like, nope, nope, no. It's like the dumbest idea I've had in a while. Okay, let me see. How long do I want to make this build? It's kind of one of those things where it's like... Actually, I have the perfect way to figure that out. I'll probably make it like about 3x3s for each animal pen, and then it's like this is the walkway in between. 1, 2, 3. That might be a little bit too small, to be honest. Maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, probably 5 then. I'll do 5 here. And then have my blocks there. Oh. I saw that flower and I thought that was a creeper. Oh my god. What the hell? It's like... Oh... Jeez. Wow. I think you even heard my voice just... Or the air just, like, escaped my breath there. It's like... Oh no, creeper. Oh, jeez. Scared myself stupidly. Oh no. I don't need a bunch of pens. I mean, realistically, like, it'd be nice to have a bunch of pens, but I'll just, like, have 4 pens. Mainly, like, this is mostly gonna be superficial, with some functionality being like, yeah, I will use it to, like, farm animals for my food. Generally speaking, I like to try my best to make my builds, or I want this, whole world to have builds that are functional and not just for show, for the most part, and have, like, some form of function. I'm sure some builds won't necessarily, always have, you know, some functionality, but I want to try my best to actually be like, I actually built it for a reason, and not just, like, for show. Man. I hope this chill stream is... One of those things where it's like, I love Minecraft, but one of the things is, I do genuinely miss servers, but I don't think I would ever join one. Here's the catch-22 about that whole server talk is, like, I have the problem where it's like, I get a little bit bored when I'm alone, but, like, the thing of it is, I'm hoping, because I'm building for my channel and whatnot, that'll keep me motivated and interested rather than not, because CIV Minecraft videos? I don't know what CIV is. Man. Civilizations Minecraft. Wow, I've never heard of that. hell's... Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. This is how, old school I am when it comes to... Really, the only Minecrafters I watch nowadays are Hermitcraft. Still. That's how old I am. Not, that doesn't make me old, but that's kind of like where I'm at nowadays. I mean, I was old enough to be where, Mindcrack was a thing. Yeah, I've not actually done that at all. That sounds very interesting. Though. But yeah, one of the problems, like, I have with being alone in the world is just, like, you don't have anyone else to bounce off or talk with, but, okay, interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have to at least, like, take a look about what those are. They seem fascinating. Maybe this is a weird, comparison, but, I mean... I imagine it's, like, a little bit in a bigger context where you have more players to it, but it's kind of similar in a sense to, like, I think it was called Mayanite back in the day? Maybe that's a bad comparison, but I'm not sure if you know what, Mayanite was. Because I know it's like Mayanite kind of, like, had that whole, like, sort of, like, pseudo, movie thing where it's, like, or fictional, not fictional, but, like, kind of, like, storyline thing where you had groups and all that sort of stuff. But, again, I could be making a very bad comparison. Okay, I'll definitely have to... 1,000 players simulate civilization, okay. I'll definitely have to watch it, for sure. Then. Because definitely it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh gosh. But yeah. The one thing I genuinely do about Minecraft in general, it's like servers for me give a little bit of like that life where you're like, you know, you have people you could talk to, shoot the breeze with. I just am at the point where I'm like, if I'm not the owner of the server, I don't think I will be part of a Minecraft server. Well, I won't say never, but I highly doubt I would be a someone who wants to do a server anymore. There was some drama, and then the kingdom I was just... Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's weird. That's not weird, but I could definitely see how it's like, oh, if like somehow your like faction has like some drama and some senseless like it's hard for your server, your part of your alliance to kind of come back because of the said drama. But yeah, for sure, yeah. Like, having other people is way more lively and everything, and it's just like, it's different when you have other people. Oh no, 2 days in, and it's like, you already found that drama? Oh man, that is... wild. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Like originally, like I was gonna do better Minecraft mod on these days, but in the long run, I actually wasn't having fun with the better Minecraft mod. I don't know if it was because of the mod was how it was, but it's just like it was unfortunately a bit boring for me, and it's just like it felt like I was progress. It's like a mod pack, and it's literally called Better Minecraft, and it's like a more like a quality of life Minecraft mod where it's supposed to be like a little bit more interesting and whatnot than just like your vanilla Minecraft. Like it adds more dungeons, um, and things like that. And for whatever reason, I just didn't like I thought it would be something I would have more fun because like I've done the vanilla Minecraft, and this is like outside of the few mods. This is vanilla Minecraft. I've done the vanilla Minecraft thing 1,000 times over, not literally, but I've done it a lot, and it's just like I thought that experience would be more thrilling for myself to have done like a uh, honestly, like there's no like you could finish playing Minecraft like beating the Ender Dragon, uh, and then whatchamacallit, exploring the ancient city, and then all that other stuff. But then once you're kind of done with that, it's like, what do you do then? And that's the hard part, because oh, gotcha. But yeah, that's like the hard part for a lot of people. It's like after that, it's like, what do you do then? Because some people aren't like, they're not like myself where I'm a builder. I will always have something to do in Minecraft where I can have an idea and have a goal for myself and actually like, you know, build something. And then some people like are redstoners where they could like, try to like build things in redstone, but like for the most part, most redstoners generally are like building creative worlds and stuff like that. But it's like a lot of people struggle like with what you do after you're done with like the base game, because then you have to have like short-term goals for yourself, like stuff like that, and that's not for everyone. That's why it's like for me, I had to learn something, and it was building out of anything just to keep myself interested in the game itself, or else I mean I wouldn't not I wouldn't be playing, but it's like I'd be certainly be less interested in playing. Like this is not to say it's gonna happen soon. I wouldn't be surprised with myself at some point. Uh, my Minecraft Fridays don't aren't a thing at some point, just because like as much as I love Minecraft, I have like those peaks and valleys where like if I don't have something like if I'm not interested, I'm just not gonna like be playing, more or less. Not. And it's just like for whatever reason, I have those peaks and valleys of like, oh, I'm enjoying myself. I love this game. Then it's like, sometime later where it's like, you know, I have a rough schedule. So, on so Saturdays is basically my whatever game I want it to be days. Uh, on Sunday, Monday, it's uh my main variety game that I'm trying to beat, and then basically Saturday is a if I need to use that day to beat beat that game quick on uh a quicker time manner, I'll use Saturday to use for that additional like gaming time for that variety game that I do for Sundays and Mondays. Tuesdays I do roguelike games or roguelike games. I know terminology can like there's a specific terminology to it. I don't care that much. I'm not that pedantic on that terminology, but basically like things like Hades, Enter the Gungeon, Binding of Isaac, but I don't think I will play Binding of Isaac for my channel just because, not because it's disgusting, but I find Isaac very hard to play nowadays, being that it's so, it feels a little, not, it has item bloat, which is my main problem. But not to get super off a tangent, Wednesdays is my break, obviously. Then Thursdays is roguelike trading card games, which is like Slay the Spire, Balatro. Recently, yesterday, I showed off a game that not many people know of, but like some people know of, obviously, called Peglin, which is a game that's inspired a little bit by Peggle and pachinko sort of style game. And week I had shown off a game called Starvaders, which is a really different style. It's a roguelike trading card game too, but it's like very, very different. And then yeah, Fridays is my Minecraft day. So I do actually have a set schedule on what I'm showing off and what I'm trying to do. Now if I get to like games like Hollow Knight, where it's like hundreds of hours to beat, I might have to like, you know, break up some rules on my schedule if I play something like Hollow Knight, because like with Hollow Knight, as you know, it's like, yeah. Fair point. It's, yeah, unless you're 112%ing the game. And I'm not 112%ing the game. I would probably do main story and then try to get as much as I could, and then I tried to do Radiance. Keyword try to do Radiance. Oh, God. No, I think it, for me, on my first Hollow Knight playthrough, back in the day, I wasn't streaming that. I mean, I played some games for myself. You have to have some games where you play for yourself, or else, you know, it's not gonna be fun. But, like, I think I was somewhere between 100 hours, for it. Something like that. But that doesn't sound right, because I didn't do, like, a lot of the dream fights, or... Yeah, I didn't do a lot of the dream fights, so 100 hours doesn't make sense. Maybe, like, 60? Because I also did, the Grim Troop, stuff. I know I did that, but... Yeah, I genuinely can't remember. 60 sounds about right. Yeah, I think... Honestly, I can't remember Grim too well. I can't remember a lot of the Hollow Knight fights because it's been a bit. But I mean, like, my favorite fight probably was the Mantis Lords, because like they're just they're a fun, cool fight. Yeah, I'd have to look at Grimm's fight because I don't remember it for some reason. But like, I, I like to call the Mantis Lords, and I think a lot of people also say this too, is they call it the skill check fight, and like, if you're good enough to fight and beat these guys, you're probably good enough to fight and beat the game. Also, why does this feel off? Because it kind of is, question mark? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 high. It's one below. 1, 2, 3, one below as well. Yeah, it feels like, yeah, after you defeat the oh, that's why it feels off. Okay, cool. Now we know. I have to destroy all this now. Yeah, Radiance. I I don't know. And there's, oh god, and you have to do Path of Pain to get to Radiance, right? Oh, no? Oh, no, no? Okay, good. Okay, okay. Yeah, I was like, you don't have to do... Yeah, I was like, Path of Pain... Path of Pain is the... It's not the boss fight slog that you have to do, right? Because I know there's like one thing where you literally have to defeat... Okay, yeah. I know there's like one thing, if you wanted like to fight the true Radiance, like the true Radiance fight, you have to fight all the bosses in a row, and then you get to like the true Radiance. It's like, oh no. That sounds painful. Oh, really? That's not needed for true ending? Okay. That's good. That's good at least. That's if you're just a masochist. Got it. But that is needed for 112%, right? Or am I mistaken? It's been a long time since I had done and looked at what you need to do for Hollow Knight's true 112%. Oh, interesting. It's like, do I have a crafting table here? Surely I do. I do. But yeah, no. There's like some things in Hollow Knight I'm like, nope. Just nope. And this is coming from a guy who enjoys Dark Souls, the FromSoft's games. To be fair, I also still, at times with those games, I also don't have the patience where I'll just, I don't care if you use, like, Jolly Cooperation or summons in, like, Dark Souls. I think if you're being that anal about it for people who may or may not need the help, that's on you. It's there for a reason for people. But no, I mean, it's one of those things. I think, I would plop that over here. Yeah, that will just go in one bit. Well, not in, but it will just be like that. And then here's that. I think I want to build like a arch on this end here for like just like an entrance, secondary entrance. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know when I'll do Hollow Knight, but I will do Hollow Knight, because it is genuinely one of my favorite Metroidvanias that I've played. I mean, I've played a ton. I couldn't name you all of them off the top of my head, but I've played a bunch, and Hollow Knight is definitely up there, because, man, it's such a good game. This is my advertisement for Hollow Knight. It's good. Okay, that's it. Like, I mean, there is a reason why people compare it to, like, and call it the Super Metroid of, this generation and whatnot. It's just like, man, it's so good. To be fair, I actually have Super Metroid. I haven't beaten. I own actually a cartridge of that game. It's very old. Very old. Especially when they say cartridge. And please, God, don't say what is a cartridge. Please. Or I will actually turn to dust. Okay, I was gonna say. Actually turn to dust. Oh. But yeah, there's a lot of games I want to play. Just out of curiosity, have you played Clair Obscur Ethereal? Clair Obscur Expedition. Nah, I'm broke. Yeah, to be fair, it is a $60 game, $50 game. Worth every penny once you get the chance to. Though, I will say that it's a very good game, very good. 59? Okay, yeah. I mean, to be fair, at least it's not. I mean, it's at the price of what old AAA games would be, but now AAA games are Uh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, AAA games unfortunately are now like $80 and whatnot, and it's like, even then I'm like, you guys are pushing it. And this is why like whenever I like play an indie game and I go into the credits, I always like go into that tangent of like, hey, indie games are a thing and they're so important to the industry, and like, yeah, Wukong's pretty expensive as well, but it's like, they're so like, indie games are pretty inexpensive, and it's like, you could feel also just like the heart and the souls, and like, you could feel the love from indie games that sometimes you can't feel in those AAA games that's like being put into like creating this stuff too. I know it's like a weird thing to say, but it's like I personally feel like that's a thing. And I mean like what Clair Obscur is in like a technically it's not an indie game even, or technically it is an indie game. It's wild that's technically an indie game because it's made by a studio who's never made anything else, and they put out that, and it's like, what the fuck's what? Excuse me? Excuse me? But yeah, that's always like why if you ever like see me beat a game, I go on that whole weird tangent dealio about indie games, because I think they're so important to the scene that cannot be described. I mean, Christ. Look at this game. This will, at one time, this very game, by definition, was indie. Technically not anymore, since, I mean, it was bought by Microsoft, but man, good on them. Good on them. I think I'm about lined up, right? Yes, I am. It's also like indie games help me find like genres I never expected I would really like. Like, I always kind of liked stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering to a degree as a kid, or when I was younger. But then, like, man, Slay the Spire and like Balatro fill that. And like finding those games to be a thing has filled a very much needed void for those types of games that I don't get to play often at all, because I'm like, if you want to actually get into TCGs, it's so expensive. It is very, very expensive. Like, bleed you dry expensive. And, you know, that's one thing I cannot and will not, unfortunately, as much as I would want to get into. It's like trading card games are like, oh no, I have too many vices already. Cardboard crack, don't need that in my life. Like, it was pretty hard for myself to be like... It wasn't actually hard, but it was like... When the not the Yu-Gi-Oh! When the One Piece trading card game came out, like... Oh no. I'm gonna spend a lot of money on this. Actually, shockingly haven't spent a lot of money on it. Very little. I just like... was like, this is gonna be a bad vice, isn't it? Just because I'm like a big One Piece fan, and I'm like, oh no. This is literally... an evil in my life I don't need right now. Let's see. This is kind of one of those things where it's nice to have this as a mod to kind of see where I'm aligned. It feels like I'm off a little bit, but I'm not. Thank goodness for the free cam mod. It's kind of a little bit cheaty, I think, for some people, but... I don't know what to tell you, it's my world. I'll do what I want. So I think that's lined up. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like... a little bit, hard to see what you're doing when you literally blocked off your own sight of it on the opposite side. But no, I think I am correct. And then that's where I believe I line things up. Well, I kind of actually have to build this wall out. One more. And then... nope, not one more. No, yeah, no, not one more. I just have to extend that outwards one. The inner machinations of my brain. They're wonderful. They're not. See, I don't even also know where I get the time to, like, think about doing custom thumbnails for some of my things. Oh god, and I'm also found out I'm pretty close to getting done with my drawing my own, not drawing my own sketchbook, but I have a thing where sketchbooks, when I get done with them, and essentially I got inspiration from a YouTuber called Draw with Waffles, and she basically draws on her sketchbook covers like some design idea that she has for them, and that's like what I do for my own sketchbook covers. And I'm like, I'm very close to being done with my current sketchbook cover, or my current sketchbook, and I need to design a sketchbook cover for my next one. And I'm like, where the... oh no. It's like, oh no. That's gonna... I mean, I absolutely love it, but like, man... I have an idea what it's gonna be, for this one. generally I'd like to do something original on my sketchbook covers, but I think this one is going to be a nod, not even a wink and a nod. It's going to be literally the Straw Hat Pirate Crew, just because I'm like, there's 9 members currently, and I'm like, sketchbook 9, and I'm like, okay, that'll work. And I already have an idea what my sketchbook 10 cover is going to be, which is literally kind of like a design to what I had originally had an idea for my stream break screen, which would have been basically my character, technically, although I call myself ShimonShozen, this character, real canonical, this is going deep in a hole that I don't necessarily need to, but technically the real canonical name for this character is Burnett Smoke, but basically I'd have Burnett Smoke in a scene, in just like with a scene and like a bunch of random characters, or with like 10 of my favorite game items from my favorite games of all time. Yeah, this character is an OC. It is definitely one of my OCs. He is literally, his name is kind of a sort of a pun, being burn. I call him Burnett Smoke because burn it, and you know, kind of sort of a pun. And smoke because smoke, but I call him Smoke all the time because he'd basically say to you, in no words or less, call me Burnett and I'd kill ya. And yet I call him Burnett all the time. All the time. No, actually, no, I don't. I call him Smoke. It's like, then why did you give him the Burnett name? I don't know. As a sick joke? But no, he's technically like one of my villain characters, and as his name goes, his ability literally is manipulation and ability to create smoke. Like, he's very on the nose about his name. Like, basically his whole lore comes from that. I manipulate smoke and I do it well. Like, the whole idea with him is like something I'm not gonna put out there because I do want to keep some of my cards to myself, just so like when I do genuinely try to like work on those stories at some point, he says at some point, that I can actually, put them out into my stories rather than putting them out. I want to, yeah, I genuinely want to. I don't know whether it will be like scroll down webcomic style or it will be or more manga inspired. I'm kind of leaning more towards nowadays I'd make it more webtoon style. I don't really have a particular reason why I'd say I'd lean more webtoon style, but yeah, I think I'd more lean towards webtoon style. That's... You know what, actually, if I grab some blocks here, some stairs to actually kind of test line this up, I think it'll be better for me than guessing here. Also, I still have, like, so much of this barn to finish, but I don't actually have to finish it today. I could finish a bit of it off camera and whatnot. But yeah, I plan to do something for it. Though I have, like, as most artists do, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're very much in this same category, ethereal. I have 1,001 ideas, and I have not committed to one of them. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Do judge me, but don't judge me. Like, this character wouldn't even be, released in the story that I have that I kind of want to do first, which, like, at this point it's called, I'm code naming it as going to be called Armored, but I don't know if I'm sticking with calling it Armored, because the title is just too generic. I'm not good with titles on things. That's one of those bad things I'm weaker on, but basically it's just... And part of the problem of, like, a lot of these story ideas I have isn't on paper or in Word doc. They're in my head, which is not good. Especially now, where, like, a lot of those ideas were when I was a younger man, and, you know, some of those ideas aren't necessarily, very much, you can only retain so much information in your brain, and, trying to keep a lot of that info in my brain is bad, which is why I've been actually trying to do more character sheets and stuff like that for, like, my characters, so I'm not, like, totally lost on them when I draw them and whatnot. Oh, actually, I think you know, I did. I think I made this shorter on accident. It kind of is what it's looking like, isn't it? There's one way to find out. Yeah, actually, I did check out some of your art, Ethereal, on your, Blue Sky. You're a much better artist than I am. I know you shouldn't compare yourself like that, but genuinely, I do think you have a much better understanding of light and shadow than I do myself. That's still one of those areas I'm pretty weak in. Yes. I mean, it's... Rendering's your least favorite step? Yeah, line work's my least favorite step, because I have the bad habit of, put this line, Control Z. Put this line, Control Z. Put this line, Control Z. That's, my least favorite step in the things. That's why it's like... Yeah. That's why, for me, it's like, with, whatchamacallit art, traditional art, I have a little bit more of that whole bit of, like, where I'm actually less of the able to control Z and I'm like more freeing for whatever reason. Yep, I've been there. I know that feeling. Yeah, I could see that. I came a little bit from a more traditional background before I got into digital. So I had been doing traditional for a while, and that's why like I still do a lot of my sketch work, thumbnail work, traditionally first, then digitally before I even come up with ideas, and then it's like, especially when I'm like just like doing some gesture drawing from photos, or just like style mimicking. I'd still do it traditionally, but I do need to actually do that more when I'm in digital format, because it's just like I need to get a little bit faster digitally. Part of my problem also when I do digital work in general is like I get distracted by my YouTube videos in the background and whatnot, and it's like, you know, as much as you want to just like listen to music and all that sort of stuff, you do get like, it's hard not to get like a little bit distracted and then browse the internet and whatnot. It's like, that's one of those things where it's I'm not great at, is focusing where I need to be when I need to. Like, I know if I put on music I can focus, but it's just like I still just like to listen to like my YouTube videos in the background. Yep. I know that exact feeling. Yeah, I could get that for sure. Like sometimes I can focus while I'm watching a stream, or if I'm like uh just like, you know, doing things like that, but like I still every now and then will get like distracted. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad I'm in hopefully at least helping you get some artistic work done. Uh you know, I hope my nonsensical talking helps. Nonsensical talking. I could see that. I think, like, with most people, like, God, you ask any artist, if they're a good artist, it's just like, man, they will tell you they're the worst artist. I think that's both healthy and not healthy, because it's like, you know, I think if you're too overly cocky, then you're probably full of yourself, but if you're not confident enough, then you're, you know, it's kind of one of those hard things of that balance of being confident and not overly confident. I see, I see. Yeah, sometimes you have to, like, do whatever you can do to get in that right flow state, and draw well. Like, I've been more or less better about it. I've been, unfortunately, I've been a little bit distracted by playing Balatro. Uh, See, I love Balatro, but man, is it a curse on me at sometimes. Uh, I say that because, like, I, I've been trying to, I don't know if you ever played Balatro or know what Balatro is, Ethereal, but essentially there's like a game breaking thing you can do in the game, and I've been trying to do it for months at this point, and I'm like, I need to do it. Basically, it's what at the end of the day, I'm letting myself get distracted by a video game, and I let too much time escape me because said video game. That's what it comes down to. And I'm sure you know the feeling. I think a lot of people know that feeling. Oh my god. Blotch. Ah, that's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, that's a very interesting way and good way to do it, so you kind of feel productive about your own gaming. Yeah, actually, one of those things where, like, honestly, what I did a couple years back, this year, unfortunately, I have been bad about tracking it. And this year I've been actually kind of weird on video games where I hadn't been playing as much. But I basically had done a game clearing and game tracking Google Doc, and essentially I was beating games from my Steam library that I haven't played or touched at all, and like essentially to keep track of myself actually playing those games and to not have my library grow ever bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Newsflash, it still gets bigger. I created a game clearing list for myself to actually like help me feel more like accomplished about doing such. You know, in a weird way, it worked. Up until like this year, where it's like, this year has been a weird year for me for gaming. Like sometimes I haven't been playing as much different games. I've just been on my mainstay games for a little bit of like I said, I like Balatro, and I've been really playing that a lot. And it's like, you know, one of those things. Sometimes you'll have like a favorite game and you just gotta play it. Okay. Let's see. I kind of want to try to at least get a bit more of this roof done, or at least I want to get the roof not shape, but format at least somewhat there before I start wrapping up. Normally I'd be starting to wrap up, but I want to at least kind of get this roof kind of there before I go. So, I'm gonna keep going a little bit on this. Actually, I don't know if it's a thing you ever have a plan to do, Ethereal. I don't have a plan to do it just because I'm unconfident about it, is streaming art. I haven't even thought about it. I've said to myself no because I don't think I'm good enough. I've thought, but it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah. I just don't think I'm confident enough to stream myself draw on stream at the moment. Though, yeah, gotcha. That's fair. That's very fair. Though, I mean, I say I'm not confident, then here I am freeballing a build in Minecraft. So it's like that we is it a weird dichotomy? Probably. Freeballing, but I don't know. I think it's because it's different somehow. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of actually, now that I think about it, that's weird. I'm totally fine about messing around with a Minecraft build, but drawing, I'm like, no, not with a 10-foot fucking pole. How dare I ask myself that? Huh. Yeah, that's weird to think about now. I suppose maybe that's the attitude, but then, like, I mean, I don't know if you necessarily follow a lot of Minecraft builders, but then there's like some crazy good Minecraft builders out there, and I'm, like, if you compared me to one of them, I ain't even close. And I'm fine with that. That's, like, you know, I guess it's weirdly that that's a weird dichotomy. That's some food for thought. I mean, I'm a decent builder. I could get away with some old tech that I have. I don't know what it is. So here's the thing. If you were to ask me to draw, well, I guess it's something different though, because like if you drawing architecture is very, very different, and it's very way more technical. So I guess it's not the best comparison in the world, because like, yeah, artistically drawing buildings and stuff like that is very different, so I can't make that comparison. I was about to, but then I'm like, no, those are so different. For the most part, I do free ball. This build, it does have a little bit of help because I've built something similar to it. I do have a reference picture, or did I had a reference picture below my OBS at the moment, but like even then, it's like I'm still kind of like loosely basing off of it. Like that build over there, though, on the hill, that's a totally freehand. The mage tower isn't. It's a little bit based off of old build I had, and I kind of retooled it and just like slightly reused it. It's one of those things where it's like I'm essentially stealing from myself to build things that are kind of interesting to build, or that look interesting and whatnot. So it's not totally freehand, I will admit, but it's still to a degree fairly free hand. That's fair. For the most part, though, yeah, I could pretty decently build something off the cuff. Like, it's not too bad for me. There's things that like I want to be able to build like on a diagonal. Like some people could like build some pretty decent things with like a diagonal slant in Minecraft and whatnot. Okay, I need more nether wart. Or wart stem. I need more blue. Give me blue. I think what helps me is, though, it's like, yeah, I've been building in Minecraft for as long as I could remember, so it's a little bit like it's a bit easier for me to do it than some. Nope. There we go. Like to keep it somewhat symmetrical. I think, yeah, I'm gonna just like kind of like tighten up this roof. What the hell does that mean? I'm gonna finish putting on this roof and put some lights in as well. Temporary lights, mostly at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't love that. That's 6, but whatever. I would like it to be 5, but that's a little bit too late for that. Oh well. I'm not gonna literally take down a whole build, shrink it just because it's a little bit off on numbers wise. That would be dumb. What I actually may do is to make it seem like it's 5 is this. Yeah. Kind of cheats my way to being 5, and it kind of like is a support beam. Sure, let's go with that. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Brain. I just, like, spaced out for a second there. Ooh. Boy. Okay, yeah, now my brain is like, what the hell are you talking about? This roof. Must finish roof. But yeah, when it comes to, like, a lot of things, it's just, like, practice, practice, practice. And, you know, with anything, just takes time and practice. Like, I wouldn't be even half the builder if I didn't have, like, at least some semblance of practice. But then again, it's, like, also a little bit reliant on, like, some techniques and skills that I've learned in the past, and I do wonder how, like, how outdated my tech skills are compared to nowadays. I'd imagine they're a little bit outdated building-wise. Run over here, fill up in this hole, fall on the ground like a Dumbo. Oh gosh, right, I'm gonna have to put lanterns on top of this build so, monsters don't spawn in this, top of this, building. Yes. Cool. Need to sleep off the night at the moment so monsters don't spawn on me. That's one of those things that's a little bit unfortunate about Minecraft after a while is also, it's like, once you have, like, a decent base going, it's like, you can, have no trouble at night, which is, like, the original fear of what Minecraft was, is, like, fearing the night. But then once you have a decent base, that fear goes away. Especially now is pretty wild to think about, like, oh god, here goes old man ShimonShozen talking about back in my day, when the lighting doesn't light as far as it does, and then the lights a certain light level doesn't stop monsters from spawning. You have to light it up to a certain degree or monsters will still spawn. And yes, I had to do the old man back in my day voice. Occasionally I pull that out. It's very, very weird. I mean, honestly, I actually don't do it. It's my normal voice I'm doing, but I technically have a smoke voice where it's gravelly and literally sounds like I smoked a pack of cigs. Where I just literally tone down my voice and talk like, my name's Burnett. Burnett Smoke. I don't do voice acting, but I just know how to do that for, like, certain voices. Or, tone the gravel in my voice. It's basically the Batman, Rachel, where's Rachel? Which is also You know. It's probably bad for your vocal cords though, because that vocal fry is... I can't imagine it being very good. Let's see. So, like I said, I have a quality of life mod. This is also one of my other quality of life mods where essentially I press a button, I could see what my light levels are at. So I don't have to like really stress out about where my lighting is. Because sometimes it gets annoying to actually do some good light levels. I'm just gonna throw a torch up there and torch up here so I don't have monsters spawning here. And actually, since I got that roof up, I'm going to face the camera here. Oh, hey. I need to take a screenshot of myself. Plop. And actually, this is a time for me to wrap up because I need to head to bed. So, yeah. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.